Facebook. Happy to see y'all. Happy. Hey, YouTube. Happy to see you guys as well. Making a few little adjustments in my control room here, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. There we go. Hi, everybody. Peace to you. My friends here in the United States, happy day before Thanksgiving Eve, if you will. So I'm just really happy to see you all. For those of you I know, hello. Those of you I don't know, my name is Gita, and I'm a spiritual activist, yoga teacher, writer, musician. And I just thought it'd be really fun this fall to do a little midweek break. Midweek is usually the time when like the week starts to kind of hang heavy on us. And I thought, what better way than just to offer every Wednesday at noon a little opportunity to slow down, kind of reharmonize things a little bit, reestablish your center, whatever that is for you, so that you can flow through the rest of your week feeling like you're still connected to yourself. And that's what I'm doing. So here's what we're going to do today, because I was thinking, a day before Thanksgiving, what am I seeing my students bringing to the yoga studio, to their clarinet lessons, and hearing my friends talk about? And people are rushing around and busy. Some of you might be traveling for the holiday for the first time in a long time. If you are, congratulations on that one. Some of you might be hosting events at your house. Either way, it usually involves cooking, cleaning, baking, merrymaking, running around, traveling. There's just a lot going on, folks. And so I thought, let's do a guided relaxation. So that's what we're going to do today. Just give you an opportunity to relax. And please do know that it is absolutely like my honor to be here with you in this format, and that you have sort of taken a little vote of confidence in Gita. I take my position, and I'm like really honored whenever anyone shows up and says, hey, teach me something. I'm like, cool, let's just share what we know. So that's how I teach, is I like to share what I know, share what's worked for me, and give it to you to experiment with. So I tell all of my students this all the time: treat every lesson, and today with the guided relaxation especially, like an experiment. Try it for yourself, see what happens for you, measure it against your own conscience, your own lifestyle, your own goals, and see what works for you, see what you can learn from there. There's no right or wrong way. It's all just sort of exploration. So here's how class is going to go today. I'm going to chat for a little bit about how to get yourself set up for the deep relaxation so that you have everything you need. So once we launch into the boat of deep relaxation, you won't be like, oh man, I wish I had a blanket or a pillow. So I'll give you the setup. And then I'll spend about, 5 or 10 minutes talking about some of the biggest myths and resistances I find my students having, and most of them I have myself as well, to the process of guided relaxation. Those things that really get in the way of using this, as for me, it's a daily practice to keep myself in harmony and in balance. So I'll go through, there's like top 3 myths or, limiting ideas that most of us carry about the process of meditation, guided relaxation, visualization, that get in the way of us just doing it. So I'll talk about those while you get your little nest set up so you can be maximum cozy. And then we'll do the guided relaxation. Like, that's it. So let's talk about what you might need. You might need a pillow. You can do this guided relaxation however you want to. If you are at work, or you're with a loved one at the hospital, or you're on an airplane. I do this frequently on airplanes. Pop in those earbuds. Get yourself as comfy as you can. It's not necessary that you be in this maximum place where no one's going to disturb you and everything's going to be awesome, because that's just not always possible, right? Sometimes the kids might come in the room and need you. So do what you can to make yourself maximally cozy, especially if you're in a more public place. You can, earbuds are a great way to do it. Removing yourself, for my friends who are with loved ones in a hospital, most hospitals have chapels or sanctuaries or some room set aside for spiritual practice. That's what they're there for. Make use of those rooms to sort of disconnect from the busyness and give yourself that 15 to 20 minutes of rest. Most airports, for my friends who are traveling, most airports have yoga rooms. Did you know this? If you are in any airport, you can usually go on their app or on their directory and look up yoga room. Most of them have now a yoga room or meditation space. I frequently spend my time traveling when I'm at the airport. I don't wait at the gate. I'm in the yoga room. I do a deep relaxation. I meditate. I just sit quietly. You don't have to be doing yoga. You can just take advantage of putting yourself in that more relaxed space. So go find yourself a space wherever you are so we can do this deep relaxation today. Those are my recommendations for public spaces. If you're at a school or something like that, what I used to do is I would literally put a sign on the door and I would say something like, teacher recharge in process, or, something that was appropriate for me and the school I was working at to indicate, please do not disturb. And I'd put it on the door and I'd go in the classroom, shut the door, and do my deep relaxation there. It took me a number of years before I got comfortable doing that. I will admit that. But at a certain age, you just go, F it. I need to relax. It's happening, people. If you have the luxury of being at home or at a home or relative's home, wherever you are, maybe you have some more stuff like a pillow. You can do things, if you're familiar with yoga practice, you can do things like lay in shavasana, which means corpse pose, which is literally like bonk, like that. Legs spread a little wider than hips, arms alongside the body with the palms up. Usually a pillow under the head can be nice, but not always necessary. Cover up with a blanket if you like to roll with laying on the floor, but that's not necessary. A lot of my students report to me that they do these deep relaxations that we'll do here together today in a reclining chair. One of those like lazy boy type things. They're like, that's the best. That's the way I feel most relaxed. That's great. You can do the deep relaxation there. You can do it on a couch. If I wasn't guiding it, this is one of my favorite places to do deep relaxation. This is frequently where you will find me in a lot of afternoons because I work out of the home. I teach out of this room right here and I teach online. So I just shut all the blinds, lay on the couch. You can do the same. A couple things that really help people to find more deep relaxation is to get the lighting as dim as possible. That will send a really nice cue to your mind and your body that it's time to rest. Your brain will respond to less light in the room with an increased mental trigger to tell your body that it is time to rest. It's a great way you can literally sort of trigger yourself into deep relaxation is to lower the lighting in a room, or you could use an eye pillow if it's not possible to lower the lighting. That can be very relaxing. What else? Making sure you're covered with a blanket can be really important. Even if you run pretty hot, having some type of covering on you will help, because what happens during deep relaxation, because you're not moving, your body temperature will naturally cool off. I see this all the time, especially when I'm teaching teenagers, because I don't know, they just, they don't like to believe things, which I think is really smart, actually. They don't take my word for it. They have to suffer and then they believe. So I see all the time, they'll like refuse a blanket. They don't want one. So I go, okay, halfway through the deep relaxation, they're over there like this. They're like so cold. They're like shoving their fingers under their legs and everything because they're freezing. And I come over, I'm like, blanket? They're like, yeah. And then they want the blanket. So, it's a great way to learn. But have a blanket nearby or on top of you, so be cozy. If you can, put a little sign on the door just to let the family know, hey, until 12:30 or for another 20 minutes of this session, whatever time it is for you watching, I don't wish to be disturbed. However, if you do get disturbed, know that you can just hit pause and you can come on back and that you will be able to enter into the deep relaxation with no problem. What else can be really nice? It can be nice to have a nice scent in the room. Light a candle, light some incense, have some fresh flowers nearby. Essential oils can be wonderful to use. You can even just put on a little bit of lotion just to give yourself that nice soothing thing. You want to think of setting up a nest for yourself with touch, smell, sight, using all of the senses. So you're cueing your senses from the outside in that it's time to relax. So everything you touch should have that nice texture that you like. It might be rough, it might be smooth, whatever it is. Have that sensory pleasure near you that feels good. You can see I like soft things. And then a nice scent in the room can be relaxing. Sight, lowering the lights. You get the idea, right? You're feeling the drift. Okay, so hopefully right now you're setting yourself up. You're scurrying around the little room and putting down the blinds. And if you were here in this room, I'd be putting down the blinds. I'd light some incense. I'd turn down the light. I'd give you a pillow and a blanket. So imagine I'm there with you doing that right now. Mm. And please, if you're watching and you have comments or questions, just pop them in the chat log. I love to hear from you guys, even if it's a little high five emoji. I love to see it all. So while you're setting up your nest, give me a couple more minutes to talk to you about the biggest myths that we might have in our mind about deep relaxation, so we can make sure those are cleared away. And then we'll do about a 15-minute deep relaxation. So while you're setting up your nest, let me tell you the number one objection I hear to integrating guided relaxation into our daily or at least weekly routine. The number one objection I hear is people say, my mind is too busy. There is no way I can relax. You know, that hamster wheel mind where it's a little. I am familiar with this. I do have anxiety disorder. I can say I had it. I would say that yoga pretty much makes it almost a non-issue most days for me. So I'm very familiar with what anxiety feels like, that all or nothing thinking, that catastrophic thinking, everything's going to be awful always. And here's the deal. If you feel like my mind is too busy, there is no way I could possibly relax. Here's the good news. You actually do not have to relax during a guided relaxation. Let me say that again. You do not have to relax during a guided relaxation. No, what you're doing instead is you are training a process. If you can think back to anything you've learned, a foreign language, a musical instrument, learning how to ride a bike, learning how to swim, learning how to walk, like we all stunk at it when we were first doing it. Right? Like I teach the clarinet and we sound pretty bad for like year one while we're learning how to play. But we don't come to those activities with that same level of expectation. We don't come to our first French class saying, I can't take this French class because I don't speak French. We know we're there to learn. We approach learning any new skill like, I'm here to learn, blank and open, right? So what would happen for you if you approached learning the process of relaxation in the same way? If you approached it like, wow, I think I have some things to learn there. I'm going to let go of needing to be good at it, and I'm going to treat it like a process where I'm just going to practice it. I'm going to do the technique that Gita taught me, which comes from integral yoga, which is a long lineage of thousands of years of people doing this technique. I'm going to practice that, engage with it over a number of weeks, and see what happens. That's all it is. It's just a process. You don't need to feel a certain way. You don't need to have your mind totally calm and zen by the end of the relaxation. You don't even have to necessarily feel good while you're doing the deep relaxation. You might not. It might bring up other stuff for you. All of that is totally cool. You're just practicing a process. So, myth number one, my mind is too busy. I can't relax. Perfect. You go, all right, mind, perfect. Good job. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're thinking. I'm going to practice the process and just observe what happens for myself. That's it. I can tell you after 30 years of doing this process of guided relaxation, I do it multiple times a week, sometimes several times a day. Again, it's one of the number one ways that I've been able to rehab my anxiety and have it not get in the way of my life. There are days when I fight it the whole time, where I'm really not feeling relaxed. However, the process itself works over time, and it always shifts me in a positive direction. Okay, that's myth number one. We got two more, and then we will do the relaxation. Mm. The other thing I always hear from my students, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I have too many things to do, so I don't have time for that. One student actually said to me at the end of a yoga class, I'm a busy woman. I have so many things to do. I can't just lay there on the floor for 15 minutes. I think of how many things I could get done in that 15 minutes. And I'm like, what a sad way to live. And I say this as a former workaholic. That's the other thing I used to do, work myself to a bone. I have so many minutes of life we're given on the planet. How do you want to allocate them? I'll be really frank. How do you want to spend your time? Do you want to end up with a list of accomplishments and maybe you got 10 more things done? Or would you rather get maybe fewer things done, but with more quality? Would you have rather have done things where you got that, instead of making one pie, you made two pies? Or would you rather make one pie that is so infused with love and good energy that even the act of you walking in the room holding the pie has greater benefit to everyone around you than if you did the extra task? If we are equating our self worth with how much we get done in a day, we're kind of sunk. Guided relaxation gives us an opportunity to look at the quality that we're bringing to our life, not the quantity. So I'll leave it there. I can also say it actually gives you time because when we're using the right balance of effort and ease, we tend to do things more efficiently with fewer mistakes, with more clarity, and it helps us see what's really important to focus on and what are the things we can let go of. So that's myth number 2. I have no time. You do have time. Choose how you're spending it. That's up to you. Myth number 3, I hope you're getting cozy to relax because we're like 1 minute away. The other thing I hear is like, oh, it's too like indulgent. It's like too lazy. It's too selfish. That's the word I'm looking for. It's too selfish. I need to do all this stuff for other people. I can't take that time for me. Okay, B fucking S, excuse my language, BS, because here's why. That classic analogy that we've heard so many wonderful teachers use when you're on an airplane, if the cabin depressurizes, those oxygen masks come down. We know that if you do not put on your oxygen mask first, you are of no use to anybody. You have to take care of yourself first. And in doing so, you actually are taking care of the world. If everybody, I firmly believe this, if everybody took really good care of themselves, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, really invested that much time in themselves, our problems would be much more handleable. Is that a word? We'd be able to handle our problems much better, right? When we take that personal responsibility to make our physical instrument, our mental instrument, and our emotional instrument balanced and happy, we are actually serving the world by doing that. We're healing our little piece of it. Then when we interact with other people, we're interacting as a whole, well person. And we know that has a ripple effect because we know we all have been around people who feel really good to be around. Be that kind of person. Take that kind of radical self-care. Selfish to be selfless. You're a little selfish with your time to relax so that you can be selfless in how much you give. Okay. Did I case for deep relaxation? Give me a high five if I did. Throw me an emoji if I did. I hope I did. Let's do it though. You don't have to believe anything of what I said. Hopefully by now you're all set up and cozy. I like to get cozy when I guide these. I just can't lay down because I might put myself to sleep. It's been known to kind of happen. But I'll get myself as cozy as I can here. So kick off those shoes, lay back, relax, or don't relax, just do the process. Maybe do a little moving around. Oh, choke myself on my shawl. Do a little moving around, kind of work through any kinks, full body stretch. I usually like to breathe in and out. Let's do a little something to make sure the body's feeling nice and relaxed. Whatever position you're in, just kind of do that nestling in move. But before you really fully nestle in, stretch everything out. So my legs are stretched out, even though you can't see them. My arms are going to stretch out, hands like starfish. Take a big breath in, stretch everything, hold that breath in, hold, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, and let everything kind of flop down. Let's do the opposite thing just to kind of, again, drop any physical tension. Squeeze everything in. My legs are squeezed together, arms, face, everything's squeezed in. Just kind of squeeze. Think of all that tension, all the yuck drama that's in your brain. Squeeze it. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Release and just let it whoosh out of you. And now, really settle in. Get your whole body composed so that it feels like you're nestling into your space, wherever that is. You can make any little adjustments or movements you need. You can rock the legs and arms a little bit. Turn the head side to side. And kind of let any movement settle down. And then just take a relaxing breath in. And then just a sigh out. Just feel you're depressurizing your system. Like you just take another breath in. Let it sigh out through your mouth. Just letting it totally release there. And just one more of those. You can bring any last little stressy, anxious, running thoughts into your mind. Inhale, kind of hold them, and then exhale, just let them release. And know for the next 10 minutes is all for you to deepen your connection to yourself. Practice relaxing. Right way or wrong way to do it. Just simply you practicing the technique. So let's begin our guided relaxation. You can let the eyes close if they're not already, or bring your gaze to the floor. And bring your awareness through the whole body. For our guided relaxation today, we'll be using the light of your awareness to move through each part of your body. And one by one, as your light of awareness touches these parts of your body, you'll encourage them to release. So bring that light of awareness to the whole body. The whole body. Observing all the sensations of the body. Almost like you can see yourself from above. Watching the whole body. And as we begin our guided relaxation, bring into your mind's eye an image of healing light. Pick whatever color for this light feels warm, the perfect temperature for you. And whatever color feels perfect to balance and harmonize. Just follow your intuition. See this light in your mind's eye. This is your light of awareness. And now bring this light, the image of this healing light, down to your toes. You can even wiggle the toes a little bit so you can feel them. And imagine this light is moving through your toes, balancing, harmonizing them, but most importantly, sending them a message to release. And then this light of your awareness moves through the bottoms of your feet and the tops of your feet, releasing them. The light of your awareness moves through your ankles, calves, and shins, carrying with it the mental message to release. This light of your awareness moves through your knees, deep inside out the knees, releasing them. Moves up through your upper legs, releases connective tissue, even the bones of the upper legs, release. And this light of your awareness keeps moving, bringing with it healing and release. Bring your awareness to your left hip. See the light releasing the left hip. This light of your awareness moves through the right hip, releases the right hip from deep inside out. And as your hips release, your legs and low back can release even more. Patiently practicing the process of relaxation, bringing this light of your awareness, its perfect color and perfect temperature to the base of your spine. Releasing the base of your spine, travels up the spine, out through the middle back, the upper back, shoulder blades, and shoulders are filled with this light of your awareness as they release. This light of your awareness flows down your upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, backs of the hands and palms, thumbs, first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger. Release. Now allow this light of your awareness to move deep within your belly, from deep inside out, the lower, middle, and upper belly. Release, dissolving any tension, pressure, or stress in the abdomen. Releasing all the muscles with this light of your awareness. This light of your awareness moves through the chest, relaxing each rib, one by one. Filling that great muscle, your heart, with the light of your awareness, releasing it. Light of your awareness moves through, releasing the neck and throat, jaw, cheeks, lips, and tongue release. The nose, eyes and eyelids, eyebrows, space between the brows, forehead, temples, ears, sides of the head, back of the head, top of the back of the head, and top of the head, release. Whole body is released. Just taking a quiet minute now to improve your release. Connecting to yourself, allowing the body, the mind to release. Om Shanti. 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 Now, your guided relaxation is complete. You can always stay in this state if you'd like, and just continue to rest and relax. If you'd like to move on with your day, it's recommended to take some deep, slow breaths, slowly beginning to move and stretch the body in any way that feels good. And give yourself a little time to reconnect to the space around you before moving on with your day. I'll leave it here though, in case you want to just stay resting. Thank you all so much for joining me. For those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And know that I'm very grateful for all of you and to spend time here with you today. And much gratitude to all of my teachers in the Integral Yoga lineage who have safeguarded these beautiful practices so that we can all feel that peace, joy, love, and light. Much gratitude. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to you all. Have a beautiful day. Please don't be shy to reach out, message me, drop a comment, email me, text me. Here to serve. Mwah. Much love. Om Shanti. Bye-bye.